Okay, Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to all. So, I'm going to explain a bit about the insect respiratory systems and consider differences and the comparisons of the insect's respiratory system and also the human respiratory system. Okay, let's go first to the insect respiratory system. So, the insect respiratory system consists of the spiracle, the trachea, and also the tracheals. The spiracle is located around the thorax and the abdomen area of the insect body. The spiracles are usually in pairs, like for example, each segment consists of a pair of spiracle. For example, in caterpillar, for each segment of the caterpillar, there's only one pair of spiracles. Okay. So for the system, the oxygen will enter through the spiracle and go through the trachea, the longitudinal and the transverse trachea. The trachea will then become smaller as it goes deeper into the insect system towards the tracheals. The tracheals consist of only one cell thick and it is moist to enhance the gas exchange of the atmospheric air and also the air from the cells. So the oxygen that is that has entered from the spiracle will then travel through the trachea and through the tracheals, and they diffuse through simple diffusion into the muscle cells or any cells in the insect body. So the carbon dioxide will then diffuse into the tracheals. Just now the oxygen diffused into the body cells, but now the carbon dioxide diffuse into the trachea from the body cells. So they diffuse out of the body cells into the trachea. Carbon dioxide will diffuse out of the cell body and into the trachea and into the tracheals and travel through the trachea and will then go outside of the body system of the insect through the spiracle as well. Okay, it is different from the human where it is more complicated, as we can see here. The respiratory system of a human consists of the nasal cavity, the oral cavity, where we can inhale through our nose or our mouth. Okay. And then the pharynx, the trachea, which is the windpipe, same with the trachea from the insects, the bronchus, which is same as the trachea also from the insects, and in the lungs we have the bronchioles. So the bronchioles represent the tracheals in the insects. The bronchioles will then, in humans, the bronchioles will then consist of alveoli, which are uh, grape-like structures that consist of only one cell thick that help in the gas exchange. Okay. So the oxygen that we inhale will pass through the nasal cavity along the trachea and it will go inside the bronchus first, and then they will travel through the uh, bronchioles, and then diffuse into the body cells, through simple diffusion as well. These are the alveoli. So the alveolar sac, it's shaped like a grape. Okay, as we can see here, it's shaped like a grape. It is only one cell thick. Okay, so I think we can compare that we can conclude that the respiratory system of the insect is very efficient, as the length of the oxygen to travel, the distance for the oxygen to travel is very short compared to the humans. Humans, they have a lot, we have a lot of pathway to go through compared to insects, which only have two structures that they need to pass through. Um, and also to reduce water loss, the spherical openings are very efficient with the help of muscle that surrounds it. So when it contracts, when the muscle contracts, the spherical will close. When the muscle relaxes, the spherical will open, and then oxygen can come in. Uh, the water loss can also be reduced by the presence of hair around the spherical, where the movement of air will be reduced. Mm. Um, so that is all. Thank you.